I'm Brennan Othmann. I play on the Domino's Flyers. I'm a left wing, and I'm from Pickering, Ontario.
Brennan Othmann from the Don Mills Flyers is arguably one of the best goal scorers that I've seen in a long time. You know, he's got that innate ability to find the quiet pockets in the offensive zone.
Brennan has been with Don Mills for 3 years. Very creative player, tons of skill, absolutely deadly release. Bit of a pest, likes to talk, likes to chirp, likes to get under the skin of players. I think it gives him a lot of fire, fuels his game, gives him a lot of energy to go out there and compete hard.
I think I'm an offensive winger. I mean, I bring in offensive ability to the game. I mean, I can shoot the puck well. I mean, I'm a pass-first guy, but when I get the puck, I can really put the puck in the back of the net.
What would you say is the strongest part of your game right now?
My shot's been my strongest attribute, I think. I mean, when you're playing with Wright and he gives you the puck, and you play with Arcuri, I mean, those are two dominant players. I mean, when they get you the puck, I mean, they win battles, and then you get the puck in the high slot, you just shoot the puck and it goes in, so it's awesome. So this year, I really think my shot is, and my passing also.
Do you model your game after anybody, or who would you compare it to?
I model my game after a little bit of Matthew Tkachuk. I mean, he's a great player, great shot. He has great, I think his skating is unbelievable. I mean, he really ticks guys off. I mean, he can really make someone mad, gets into fights. I mean, he's a guy that everyone hates, but when he's on your team, you love him, so.
Do you play with that kind of edge?
Yeah, I mean, I think every guy on this team, I mean, everyone loves each other. I think they all love me, and when you play against me, I think everyone hates me. But then off the ice, I'm a good guy. So, I mean, when you get on the ice with me, then people start to hate me. But off the ice, I'm good.
I think once you play like that, you're always going to play like that. There's no taking that edge and that type of play away from you. Will Brennan have to learn to pick his spots and where to do it next year in the beginning as a 16-year-old? Yeah, he will. But like I said, you have that style in you. It's almost impossible to take out of you. So he will continue to do it. Will he have to learn when to do it? Yes.
Absolutely great teammate. One of those kind of guys you love to have on your team. Hate playing against them, so we're lucky we have him in our dressing room. Just good kid, good student, good kid, good person.
Who's had the most influence on your career so far?
Definitely my dad. I mean, I started with him at Pro Sports Hockey Development, his hockey school. So, I mean, I went there almost every day week. I was 4 years old when I started there. I mean, he still runs it now. So, I mean, that's where I learned it the most. I mean, he's been awesome. He played pro in Switzerland, so that's where I really got my hockey from. So he's been a really big impact in my life.
What kinds of things do you pick his brain with from a guy who's had that pro experience?
I mean, he's a coach now. He coaches AA04. He's getting I think AAA team coming up soon. But I always pick his brain about just little things. I mean, getting pucks out, what are the most important plays on the ice to make, where you need to be, how to forecheck a guy properly, and that's basically it.
He reads so well off of Shane Wright. You know, everyone says, oh, you know, Shane makes that line go. Well, I think it takes an elite player, hockey sense wise, to play with a kid like Shane Wright, because you got to understand where he's going to be, where he wants you to be, and then go find those pockets and those quiet areas and get to them. And that's one thing that Brennan does. He finds those quiet areas, and then when he gets in those areas, he makes no mistake.
What's one thing you make sure you do before every game?
I mean, no one can touch my stick. I mean, every time I tape it, I'm kind of like Crosby, so I know after I'm done taping my stick, no one can touch it, and that's basically it. I mean, I go right to left all the time, and I just got to make sure my stick's most important to me, so I can't let anyone touch that.
You know, when push comes to shove, this year in particular, Brennan's really stepped up and delivered in big moments and executed it at important times. And I think that's a leadership quality, you know, under pressure to deliver and step up and be a leader is a skill that he has. And so absolutely, I would say he's a leader, but more through action on ice and during games. He's a little more quiet in the dressing room, just kind of has that goofy smile and kind of, you know, listens to the boys and has a good time.
What will it mean for you when you hear your name called on draft morning?
Everything. I mean, I've always wanted to play in the OHL since I was about 3 years old when I knew I was going to play hockey. So, I mean, it's going to be lots of fun. It's going to be really cool. So it's going to be awesome.
He's got one of the best shots of any 16-year-old I've seen, especially up front. You know, puck's on his stick, it's off his stick. He's got a pro-style release, pro-style shot, and you know, I think Brennan's only going to get more dangerous as he fills out. You know, he's a 15-year-old right now that once he fills out will be dominant in our league.
Well, if you like scoring goals or you like watching goals go in the net and you like your team scoring, you're going to like Brennan for sure. He's just super creative. I think he's just one of those guys that sees the ice a little different than most players. His vision, who he finds on the ice, where he finds them, just a little unique. He's very Mitch Marner-esque in terms of sort of the new wave generation, in terms of really finding the trailers, seeing guys almost like having eyes in the back of their heads. So he's just exciting. He's fun to watch. If you like goals, like I said, you're going to love Brennan, though.